Okay. All right, I think we can more or less start. Shall we? Women, are you ready?
I'm ready. I'm ready.
Okay, good afternoon, everybody. Sorry about my scratchy throat. It seems like last few days my throat not so good. A lot of phlegm from the COVID, even though I'm tested negative, but it seems like it's not as good as on Tuesday because of some
Then not
flu.
spicy.
And I got a bit of
Spicy. You want some more?
you need to mute
Some more
yourself.
pepper?
Can you,
Pepper or chili?
Sorry, can you all mute your...
maybe Alex help us to mute. Okay, I think it's mute. Mute. Okay.
Okay, I muted everyone, so Iris and Raymond, you will need to unmute yourselves now.
Okay, thanks. Okay. Good afternoon, everybody. I have a scratchy, sexy voice today, a bit low. So, anyway, let me just pin myself a bit. Okay, so good afternoon. We have a very interesting event today. Raymond told me the material a bit scary, so I think let's give it to us, the scary stuff. Without the scary stuff, we also don't know how to prepare. Yeah, it's getting more and more scary by the day. Anyway, I am just going to share my screen. Okay. Can you all see? Okay, so let me just talk a little bit about today's event. So I think people are still coming in. Wait, just give me a minute. Hold on, sorry. Okay, so today's event is called If You Think TraceTogether is Bad, What About Wallet in SingPass, which is the golf wallet that Raymond will be talking about. Okay, so let me just go to the next slide. So today's information is being presented by Raymond Ng. He's a volunteer at Healing the Divide. The presenter's views are his own and do not represent the views of the organizer, Iris Ko. And sorry, Raymond, your hand is rather distracting. Can you try don't wave too much? We are presenting this as we believe it forms the bigger geopolitical picture of what's happening behind the vaccine mandates. Please do your own due diligence of whatever it is being presented. Now, we also want to make a special announcement about potential scams in the Telegram groups, which we presented last week. Okay, so please be careful because, you know, many of you in the group are unvaccinated and they may, you know, use that as being vulnerable in this time. So do not, we will never ask you to DM you, to ask you to send us money, give us money, and there was an account that was actually pretending to be Healing the Divide News. Okay, so that is not us. A channel would never PM you. All right, we will not PM you. So now, we also want to say this is not an anti-government seminar. This is not an anti-vaxxers event. This event is open to all Singaporeans from all walks of life. We are just citizens who care about what's happening in our country and wish to do our own research to verify what is being presented by the mainstream media. Okay, that's all. This one was done the last time, so I won't be putting this up. Okay, so I will stop my share and I'll pass the time over to Raymond, who will continue the rest of the presentation. Thank you. You need to unmute, Raymond.
Hello, everyone. So I will start sharing my screen. Hold on a second. Share sound. Hey. Oh, my browser. Okay. Can you guys see my slide?
Yes.
Okay, I just want to remind you, I'm a history reader, okay? I can tell you the people, you know, when civilization advanced, right? You know when language evolved, right? The first form of language was always to count. Basically to count the number of sheep I have, number of chicken I have, basically number of wealth that I have, amount of money I have. I'm telling you that money is actually more important than is the most important. That's why language always start with counting. Okay, language is only later people use language to compose poems, to write things. Okay, nothing is more important than money because most of the civilization when their language start with counting. Okay, counting the amount of wealth. So I ask you, so now the government is going towards hold on a second. I just want to ensure that the OBS is recording my sound because okay. So now government is implementing the wallet in SingPass. It is a very important move because, like I say, the ability to count is more important than composing poems. Okay, so the thing is that when let's say whatever control they may have on the SingPass, it will affect you as a person. Okay, more so than the more important than the freedom that people talk about in the constitution. Because the thing is that without money, you can never truly be free. Okay, so now let me go on by doing this. If you think that today's topic is like this, okay, if you think that TraceTogether is bad, what about wallet and SingPass? I ask you one thing, okay? Of course, just in case the government don't perform me, okay? MAS did say that, as usual, when I read the white paper, right? You know what is the thing they say? You know why did they say that this wallet in SingPass? What is it because of? As usual, of course, it's to protect us. It's always to protect us. The reason is always the reason is always to protect us. Why don't they allow us to go to shopping mall? Of course, it's to protect us. What other reason can it be? Correct? Don't think too much. It's not because to restrict our freedom. No. It's to protect us. Okay. Similarly, for the wallet, you know what? It's also to protect us. Okay. So with that in mind, you must understand the government, at least the claim is that to protect us. Okay. I'm not going to go against this claim because that's what they claim. Okay. So now, let me go on the next slide. Okay, I just want to say this presentation, later at the end of the presentation, I may be selling part of my services. So if you all like, you all just stay on. You all don't like, I'm sorry. Okay. But anyway, my point is that during the part where it's educational, I will just do what I can. Okay, I'll just do whatever education, and if you benefit, I thank you. And if you benefit and you don't want to buy anything from me, it's fine as well. Okay. So I'm just saying that who is this for? But at the very least, whether you want to buy from me or don't buy from me, it's fine. Okay. I just want to make sure that you are here, you are the right segment. Okay. People who are suitable for this, you want to explore blockchain, you want to store your wealth away from government. You want to not depend on traditional banking. Where possible, you still want to benefit the convenience of traditional banking. Okay. This is not for people who you are happy with traditional banking and you are very happy with PAP. By all means, if you're happy with PAP, you're happy with the government, by all means, go ahead. I'm not going to stop you. Okay. I'm not here to tell you that our government is no good, because that's not the purpose of this one. That's not the purpose of this talk. Okay. The purpose of this talk is to talk about the implementation they're going to do to SingPass and how it may affect you. Okay. So you totally trust the government in your life, then it's fine. You are totally think that if you think that blockchain is a scam or Ponzi scheme, then you're free to leave. I'm not here to sell you blockchain or Ponzi scheme, okay? Or if you feel that blockchain is a globalist conspiracy, okay? At the very least, I tell you which one is a conspiracy theory, okay? Which one is a globalist conspiracy? It's more likely to be central bank digital currency, not cryptocurrency, okay? So now let me just go on to the Okay, with this in mind, if this is not suitable for you, you can also leave because there are people who scolded me for not teaching them how to make money. I tell you one thing first, okay? Before you make money, right, you must ensure the money you make is safe. Okay, to me, safety is more important, because if it's not safe, there's no point making money, because your money can be gone in just like that. Okay, because of how the law defines what money is. Okay, so now let me go on further. Okay, later I'll be quoting some of MAS white paper. I have no time to ask them for copyright permission, but there is, under the law, there is this thing called fair use doctrine of fair use under Copyright Act. If I am quoting them for the purpose of academic critique, right, then they cannot deny me the permission. Okay, so just in case there are some MAS spy here or SPS spy here, I just say that I am invoking the doctrine of fair use to quote the paperwork. Okay, so I will not reproduce any part of the publication except for important passages, and I will just talk about what it means. Okay, of course, it will be good to start.
The UK is currently the head of the...
Okay. So it's good to start off with a video. This video I found in my own Telegram group. Actually, there's a user by the name of Girl Flower. I thank you. If you are here, I thank you for posting this video. Okay, because this video sort of illustrate in a very short 9 to 10 minutes about what is central bank digital currency and what it does. And of course, by looking at this video, of course, it's really about G7. But I'm just telling you that whatever it says here is also true for Singapore. Okay, at least the planning here, all the terms they use and the white paper that I read on MAS, the term they use is all the same. Okay, the term they use all the same. So you can basically see what are they planning for Europe, and you can sort of infer this is what's going to happen to Singapore. Okay. Without further ado, I shall play the video. Okay.
So the UK is currently the head of the G7 group. That's the world's most economically advanced countries. And the UK currently chairs the G7 group. Our Chancellor, who does our economy, called Chancellor of the Exchequer, his name's Rishi Sunak. He put out this video saying that what they want to do is bring in this thing called the central banking digital currency. They want to replace fiat paper money with digital money as a competitor to Bitcoin and crypto money, right? But instead of being decentralized currency, it will be controlled by a government. It's digital currency, but controlled centrally through the banks, Bank of England. So instead of having a bank account with whatever, HSBC or Bank of America, you'll have a bank account directly with, in the American context, with the Fed. In the UK, directly with the Bank of England. You have a personal bank account, and you're given digital money in that bank account. These are called central banking digital currencies. The Chancellor of the Exchequer in the UK has already announced their intention to do this as the G7 group. And these, if you look up...
this sounds terrifying.
If you look up the Telegraph newspaper...
Central bank digital currency, is that the one down below?
Digital currency should be programmable. See that one there? Yeah? Now what they're doing is they're saying, you know, everyone knows that with inflation at over 5%, it's now 5.4%, right? Our fiat money, the paper money, is increasingly becoming worthless, and we're headed towards a big disaster. The Fed wants to raise interest rates. But we're in so much debt that if you raise interest rates, people are going to suffer, because we're living on debt as Western economies. So they realize that this kind of the lifespan of paper money is fast coming to an end because of the 2008 economic crash in particular. So they're bringing in these central banking digital currencies. Why is that word programmable in there? So what they said in that article, and the Chancellor put a video out saying this as well, they've said that this money that you will earn from work, instead of having paper money, you have this digital money. It's programmable so that you can't buy certain foods, or if you do something that your employer doesn't like, it's all in that article. You won't be able to spend your money. In other words, it's not money. They're vouchers. They're like food vouchers. And they can be programmed so that, like the Chinese social credit system, that if you try and use them on a certain thing, it won't work. You say you want to buy a burger and they want you to buy bugs, which is one of the examples used. If you start to try and buy unhealthy meat, it just won't work. You tap your card, you can't buy the thing because you've met your quota that month of burgers. You have to buy something like a vegan meal.
So it won't just be money. in the sense of the way we have dollars or pounds today.
Yeah.
It'll be something that's controlled in terms of your ability to distribute it.
Which is why I'm calling it a voucher. It's a coupon.
But even a coupon, if you have a coupon to buy bread,
Yeah.
you can still buy the bread.
Yeah.
Like, there's
But
no...
you can't buy, see, that coupon to buy bread, what you can't do is buy a burger with that coupon. It's for bread.
Right.
Yeah?
Right. Do you feel like you're sounding the alarm
Yes.
for people that don't understand what is going on?
So here, I'll put it up for you here, yeah? So there's the video.
The group of the world's 7 most advanced economies, the G7, is launching a set of public policy principles for retail central bank digital currencies, CBDCs. Central bank digital currencies could be a digital version of money, a bit like a digital banknote that could be used alongside...
Right, so that's the guy who runs our economy in the UK. His name's the Chancellor of the Exchequer. And here is the article. Bank of England tells ministers to intervene on digital currency programming, yeah? And here's a quote from the article. Digital cash could be programmed to ensure it is only spent on essentials or goods which an employer or government deems to be sensible.
Holy shit.
I'm going to take it one step further for you, Joe, right? So the checkpoint Charlie exists everywhere. They bring in digital banking, central banking digital currencies. You've got a scenario now that you're checking in and out everywhere you go using vouchers that are programmed, and you can only spend where you're told you can spend them. There's another word for that, man. That's called the Chinese social credit system. So what they are telling us, and when I say they, who's they? People in power. That's the head of our economy, the Chancellor of the Exchequer, second most powerful person other than the Prime Minister and maybe the Foreign Secretary in the UK, right? He's telling us, I just played it there for you, he's telling us that's what he, as the UK, the head of the G7, want to bring in for the G7. And if I'm speaking to you the way I'm speaking now, and my employer or government, you heard that in the quote directly, yeah, deems me as saying or doing something inappropriate, suddenly I can't actually pay to come here and speak to you anymore. My digital currency won't even pay for the ticket, because it will be known that I'm coming to speak to you. Sorry, your vouchers don't allow you to purchase that ticket to go and speak to Joe.
And this is where we get into the kind of censorship that we see in social media that is not... You can't have that kind of censorship with the First Amendment in normal discourse. But you can have that kind of censorship if you've developed a digital platform that distributes information, but it's a private company.
Yeah.
So think about what money is, where you can spend it on whatever you want, versus this digital currency, which is essentially controlled in a sense.
Yeah.
Like you have free speech on Twitter, but you really don't.
Yeah.
Because if you go too far or you talk about something that they don't find appropriate, they'll just ban your account. That could be what we're looking at in terms of what we think of as free speech being social media platforms could be what we think of as your free range ability to buy whatever you want with whatever money that you've earned.
So what's going on here, right? What's going on here is with this central banking digital currency, if you get to that situation where you end up with the Chinese social credit system in the West, why would anyone want to do that, right? I believe we're in a moment of the Gutenberg press. Go back to when the printing press was invented. Technology disrupts power structures. It always has. Printing and its invention was a new technology. What happened when they invented the printing press? The power structures who up until that point were reading the Bible for you and were telling you that you've got to pay this priest X amount of favors and he'll forgive you your sins. And that became a bribery system, right? Which is what Martin Luther was so upset about when he pinned his thesis to the wall. The printing press disrupted that power dynamic because people could read the Bible for themselves. And they began realizing that the power structures were manipulating what was written to control people. Now, nobody in hindsight is going to argue that printing and its invention is a bad thing for humanity. But at the time, it led to war. It led to the 30 Years' War in Europe. Because it disrupted power so much that people began rising up, and it led to this 30-year period of war, which eventually led to the Reformation, and the rest is history, right? What's today's Gutenberg press? The internet. The decentralization of information, and then because of that, the decentralization of currency in the form of crypto is disrupting power. Because the way that after the revolution of the Reformation and the printing press, control was still possible, though obviously not to that level, which is why we no longer have those absolute monarchies. But control in a nation-state context was still possible to an extent because the money supply was controlled. Now, what's happening is that the invention of the internet, with the decentralization of information, and in particular here, the decentralization of currency in the form of cryptocurrencies, is disrupting those power hierarchies, and it's leading to this conflict now. And we're in a moment when the printing press was invented, the powers that be needed to try and hold on to that power as the 30 Years' War kicked off. They eventually lost it, but to hold on to it, they became very brutal because they were losing their grip on power. Today, to have the infrastructure in place that you can have a checkpoint Charlie society, so that when the central banking digital currencies are in place, that infrastructure is already there because people were so scared they voluntarily allowed you to put that in place, so that you can maintain your grip on power, because what's coming around the corner is the decentralization of everything, of media, therefore of narrative, and of course remember, whoever defines the truth gets to define reality. Decentralization of the economy through crypto. You no longer have the power to define the story and control the money supply. So the powers that be, who are losing that power, need to clamp down. They're clamping down on their own children, because we are people who are born of the West. So it's an internal civil war in a hybrid war context over truth and over information. Centralization versus decentralization. It's no longer about left or right. It's about up versus down. It's about power versus those who don't have power.
Do you think if there was no cryptocurrency, if there was no Bitcoin or any of the other crypto coins, that they would attempt to do some sort of digital currency? Do you think that this is a response to the understanding that that decentralized digital currency is eventually going to take over, or has gained far more momentum than they ever anticipated?
I think so. And also decentralized media, because you can't control the narrative.
Right.
Now, we will get out of this because ultimately it's a numbers game. And ultimately, in times like this, you end up fighting against your own sons, right? It's those in power fighting their own people. And eventually, the people, are, by sheer numbers, end up becoming the people in power, right? So in the long run, we may well end up in a decentralized world, which will be much better. But as I say, that to get there, we have to get through this period of those in power attempting to hold on to that power.
Okay, everyone, how do you feel now? Okay, let me see. Before I go on to the next slide, maybe can I just stop sharing and zoom in? Okay, guys. One of the things that came to me was that the central bank digital currency can decide what you spend on and what you cannot spend on. How many of you, put on chat box, how many of you feel that this is scary? Okay. If you feel it's scary, just say yes. If you don't feel it's scary, just say no. I would love to see anyone answer no. Okay, or James say expecting it coming. Okay, okay, scary. How many of you like to live in such a future? But of course, I tell you, if you read the white paper from MAS, you know what they will say? They're protecting you. I'm serious. I think the government, okay, I'm not making fun of them, okay, but they truly, in all their text, right, is really talking about protecting us. Okay. But okay, before I go on to the next part, I ask you, okay, maybe the government is truly want to protect us, but the thing is that if the wallet is in the government system, right, they have control over your information, right? Do you really expect? Or I'm not saying they are not protecting us. I'm just saying that I will feel insecure, even if I trust the government. Because the thing is that even if the present government is protecting us, right, I cannot say that of the next government. I cannot say that of the next government. Okay. Nicola, actually, all along I'm not worried about tax. They can tax me all they want. Okay. That's not about tax. It's about putting tax aside, what they can decide you can spend on. Okay. Yeah, Elson, you're right. CPF is also protect us. It's protect us so much that we also cannot spend the money. Okay. Gun, I don't know whether it is true they are not protecting us, because the thing, I can't say it, okay? I can't say it. The thing is that, putting that aside, right? I mean, maybe they truly are protecting us. It's just that the way they protect us is only that method only. Okay, by protecting us through central bank digital currency, I don't really buy it also lah. Maybe they feel that that's the right method, but I don't feel that way. Okay, so anyway, let me go on to the next slide. Okay, let me see. Okay. This. Okay. Next slide. Okay, I'll be quoting from this paper lah. Like I said just now, I'm invoking the doctrine of fair use. Okay, so if there's any MAS people here, I'll say hello to you. And of course, I'm just talking about my own interpretation. So in case I make a mistake, you just send a private email to me. Can already. Don't have to perform me. Just say perform. Then I say the way I interpret the thing is wrong. Anyway, if you're talking about interpretation as far as I know cannot be performed. Okay. You can just send me a notice and say my interpretation sucks. But of course, as far as the factual merit of your paper, I will try my best to understand what you're saying, and I won't stop what you meant to be a fact. Okay. So without further ado, I will go on to the whole text is about 50 old pages. Okay. It is written like an academic paper. It is not good enough to be a PhD thesis, but it is not so bad that I cannot quote anything from it. Okay, so it's just a okay paper. I won't look at it as the person who write it. I don't think deserve any PhD in finance or whatever. But I think it is a good summary of what they think. Okay. So now, what is CBDC? Okay, so this is one of the tags inside. Okay, but unlike existing form of digital Singapore available to member of public, it will be a direct claim on the MAS. Okay, let me just explain what it means. If you have a bank account and your bank is the DBS Bank or OCBC, okay, who is responsible for your money? It is your bank. Okay, it is your bank. If they ever fall apart, right, and your money is lost, right, is MAS responsible for the money? Do you think the MAS is responsible for the money in DBS Bank or whatever? Can you tell me yes or no? Wait, chat box. Do you guys think the MAS is responsible for your money in the individual bank account? Okay, Elson Lee say yes, is it? You think the MAS is responsible for our money in the DBS Bank or OCBC? The answer is no, they are not responsible. They use the word in the paper very clearly because they do not want to commit a moral hazard. Okay. Why do they say that they want to commit a moral hazard? If MAS say that they are responsible for all the money in the bank, right? You know what will the bank do? They will be very irresponsible for the money because no matter what they cock up, right, the Singapore government will come in and rescue them. Okay, so the MAS say very explicitly they are not responsible. Okay, so that's the long and short of it. And in from that point of view, right, I agree that MAS should not be responsible because the thing is that if you are responsible, then the bank will mismanage the money. Okay, so that is the reason. Okay. Elson Lee asked a question. Take OCBC for even the bank cannot block scammers to intrude in the system. How will the central bank system ensure that it won't fall prey to scammers? Technically, if you give your money to someone else, it is your responsibility, right? Not MAS problem. So I answer you already. I don't know how to answer you because that one is okay. Let me see. No. Okay, Shang Heng say not sure. I tell you no lah. MAS is not responsible for the money there. Okay. Will CBDC replace the fiat system totally or part fiat, part? Okay, James, to answer your question, at this present moment, of course, MAS, if you read the paper, they will say that presently they don't really see a need to implement yet. But you see, this kind of statement is say might also don't say. You see, why do I say this? Okay, like for example, let's say I'm a MAS, let's say commissioner, I'm a MAS commissioner. I don't know whether it's such a post, but anyway, I don't care. Okay, so let's say if I'm tasked to run MAS, if I tell you today, we presently do not see a need to implement CBDC. Then, but we definitely will see in the future when we will implement. Then, what does it mean? So if tomorrow I implement also, I never lie to you. So what's the point of saying it? Okay? So you see, when there are a lot of things they say, right? They are not exactly lying to you. They say, oh, we're not going to implement, but tomorrow they implement also can, right? Then you say, how come tomorrow implement, today you didn't say? Then I'll just tell you, but really yesterday I never intend to implement, but today I want to implement. But today is today, yesterday is yesterday. Then what are you going to say? You get my point?
Raymond, is there a link for the source document so that people can see for themselves?
Can. In fact, I want to give it now. Okay, so okay, I think it's in my Telegram group. If you're going to see, you're going to see. It's okay, man. Huh? But
document for people to see themselves.
The thing is that this document you can go and see yourself but the thing is that let me see the thing is like this, okay? Unless you are very skillful at reading academic paper, right? This one will be very boring to you guys. But anyway, I leave it to you choice. Okay, you just read yourself. Okay, because when I was in NUS, right, I always read research paper. I research on a great many topics, including finance, all these things. So there is in this paper they will quote where do they get the source from all these things, which as a research paper, I would say they didn't do sufficient research. But anyway, never mind. I'm not that grader. Okay, so let's move on. So this one, to answer Hakim answer a question, possible for the government to block the use of decentralized crypto in merchants. Okay, so the thing is that now, okay, as far as I understand from the constitution, right, you know, all our constitution is guided by a principle known as Magna Carta. Okay, for those people who read my book, right, that I talk about that principle of Magna Carta, right, which our country never really mentioned to you. But the thing is that I tell you, you know the law is written by dead people, and dead people, right? I tell you that the law that we have now is actually decided by a contract that was signed in 1205 AD. Okay, it's called the Magna Carta. Okay, without going into details, right? That piece of paper affect the laws even until today. And to simplify it, I don't want to go into details. Okay, that law has caused some of the kings to have their head chopped off in 1600 AD. Okay, King James, if I remember correctly. Okay, but the point is that law is always in the background of all the legal system, right, affecting what government can do. Long story short, if the government ever stop private enterprise, ever stop us from transacting in whatever we like, right, they can be sued for constitutional breaches because the Magna Carta is within our constitution, although they don't really call it anymore. Okay, I think in the recent World War II, right, they rename it to be Universal Declaration of Human Rights. Okay, something like that. I can't remember. Okay, I just know that I'm a history guy, so I will just tell you the more poetic name is Magna Carta. Okay. I mean, of course, if you want to go further, what drives Magna Carta? Justinian laws. Okay, you go further, based on Christian laws, go back to the even what the basis of Magna Carta. Okay, so now, it is very hard for them to block because the ambition politician will sue them for judicial review for breach of constitution. Okay, it's very, very hard. Elson Lee Sutton, what is this? Internal document. I Magna Carta. Oh, thanks for providing the details here. Okay. MAS is set up for central bank lah. The central bank is like what is the function of central bank? Lender of last resort, or to prevent bank run, all these things. They have a function, okay? They have a function. But let's not go into that first. We talk about CBDC. We're gonna talk about money, right? It's a whole school of study by itself. Let's just focus on wallet, on SingPass, and what it means, okay? So the thing is that and it's also because of this. Okay, so that means that the CBDC, if they ever issue it, right, it would be like cash. You see the dollar note that you see, the actual paper dollar note, right? You can see it as the first version of CBDC, okay? Because that one, the dollar note, right, your claim is with MAS. Your claim is not with the bank because the money is with you, okay? So what happens? CBDC is just digital format of the cash. But the cash is very different. The cash, I can go down and buy a chicken rice, and the person have no right to ask me for my IC number because I'm just buying chicken rice from you. You cannot ask me for my IC number. Why do you ask me for my IC number? If I just pay you the money, you just give me the chicken rice, okay? You cannot ask me for my IC number. Why? You want to? But the thing is, when the CBDC now is in digital format, right? Then, like I say, it can be programmable, and therefore, if I everyday eat chicken rice, the government, in the attempt to protect me and say, Raymond, if you eat chicken rice every day, you will get high blood pressure. So I want to prevent you from using your money to buy chicken rice. I mean, of course, I will appreciate your care and concern, but it is my life. If I want to eat chicken rice, it's my problem, not yours. Okay? Okay? Quota, one chicken rice, 1 month. Imagine if the government implements CBDC, they can do that, okay? So, let's go on the next slide. Okay, the main reason, the reason why they do not feel that it's justifiable to implement CBDC now, I tell you it's a very simple reason. Okay, you look at all the banks, if they implement CBDC, right, what is the eventual result? Actually, all along, I did tell you this, okay? They will not implement CBDC now because it will bring down the bank. It will destroy the bank, okay? At the time, it's just my guess. I didn't know whether there was truly a reason until, of course, I saw this economic research paper by MAS, okay? That confirms my theory, okay? And to be fair, this is written as a research, like someone taking master thesis in finance. It's something you can just treat it as like a research paper written for MAS. It doesn't mean that MAS will adopt what the paper suggests, okay? But the thing is that likely it would, okay? But let's just put that aside first, okay? But what the paper says is like this, okay? When you implement CBDC, right, the economic agent, including that means us, okay, or merchants, will be attracted to a retail CBDC as a store of value and switch the holding from bank deposit to it in large amount. What will happen? When that happens, right, the money will be flushed away from the bank and to the CBDC. Okay, what happens is like this. Then the bank will not have enough money, right, to loan the money out. Okay, maybe instead of the credit card is 24% a year, right? So instead of 24% a year, maybe it's 36% a year. So you will increase lending cost, borrowing cost. Okay, so this is what will happen. So the thing is that when you implement CBDC, right, it may affect the survivability of banks. So that is the problem. Okay. It is not blockchain that will kill the bank. It's actually CBDC will kill the bank. Okay. Okay. So let me see. Some of the comments are very funny. Chicken rice, one chicken, no freedom. We don't need to protect us. They want total control of humanity. Okay. Okay. Okay, let me see. So the thing is that while CBDC, right, people will, a lot of people have been telling me, okay, CBDC, but the government will implement because they want to control us. Yes, but it comes at a price. It would destroy their banks. Okay. So that means they will go on this very carefully, okay? And you will see as I go on, right, you will see how carefully they are. They want to use a lot of technique to condition and brainwash you to using SingPass with wallet together. Later I'll show you more evidence. Then later we'll say, you mean I subconsciously use it? Okay, later you'll see. Cynthia asks, any idea when the CBDC will be implemented here? I want to know, based on the present existing data, right? They are saying that there's no immediate need to implement now. Okay, that's what they say. But this one doesn't mean anything because they can say that they don't see immediate need to implement now, but tomorrow they will see the immediate need. So actually, it doesn't matter to me, okay? Because the words they use is not a commitment not to implement for the next 5 years or next 10 years. So tomorrow, next month, they want to implement also cannot, okay? So they can say whatever they want to say, but I'm just telling you, no matter how fast they are or how slow they are, right? One of the cause is their own banks. Okay, so let me just go on. Okay, so there is a cost. There is the implementation is not without cost, but of course there are a lot of people who telling me, actually the government. This one I can't really say because I don't really know it's true or not. If I say it, then of course MAS may issue me a POFMA. But there are people who say that the elites want to cure the banks, right? I don't know. I first of all, before you send me a POFMA, I'll just say I do not know. I do not believe in it. So you don't bother sending me. Because that's not what I'm saying. I'm saying this is what people are saying, in which I totally disbelieve. Okay. So now I don't know if truly the controlling class, right, is trying to destroy the banks, then they won't bother about protecting the bank. Then of course their timeline is a bit more flexible. Okay, because protecting the bank is not in their agenda, correct? But I don't know whether that's true or not. Of course, I'm not here to say that it's true or that it's not true. Okay, I'm not sure. I'm just saying that, like I say, MAS seems that on the research paper seems to express care and concern and want to protect us, including the banks. That's what he says. Okay. Okay. Oh, one more thing. As I research on the paper, then I discover one thing. You know, the definition of legal tender means that you can use our cash as a settlement of debt. Okay. They mean, in other words, if I invoice you $100, right, and then you pay me $100, okay, I cannot say that this does not settle the invoice. This settle the invoice. But however, if you say you don't want to pay me cash, right, you want to pay me using a mouse, I say, hey, this one treat it as $100 can. I just give you, just write off the invoice. Okay. Or you can offer me cryptocurrency, I will accept. Now we see where it comes in. Okay. Cryptocurrency is dependent on me whether I want to accept. But however, if I issue an invoice, right, if you pay me money, right, I have no choice but to accept. Okay. But however, you say I don't want to pay you money, can I pay you Bitcoin instead? Then it's up to me to accept. And the government cannot interfere with this process. Because of what? Because of Magna Carta. Hey, how come is there my screen crash? Wait, hold on. Okay. So you see the thing is that to me, settlement by legal tender is to me is a principal thing. And now is somehow, I do not know when they changed the law, or I don't want to say they changed the law because they want to prepare for this. I do not know. Because as I read the paper, right, I'm very shocked to hear that, right. This is their paper. They say, while cash is issued by MAS is legal tender, right, recognized by law to be a valid means of payment, this does not mean the merchant is going to must accept it. What does it mean? Okay, how many of you actually read this very differently? Okay, that means if the merchant force you to use CBDC, right, you have no choice but to disregard cash. True or not? Elson, why do you say it's not true? I want to hear. The merchant can force you not to. No, but as per this one, you can. They already allow the merchant to do it already. But you see, it's similar to what we are seeing in the recent times. Okay, I'm just saying. Don't send Pokemon to me. Okay. Government never say unvaccinated is to be fired from the job, right? Never say, right? It's the merchant say one, what? The employer say one. So you get it, guys. Do you see the pattern?
Yeah, it's quite worrying because actually all along we give legal tender cash, they must accept what. Then now I say that doesn't mean that merchants in Singapore must accept it. What does that mean? That means they are allowing merchants not to accept cash.
Yeah.
They are saying that.
And if the merchant choose not to accept your cash, right? What will government say? I said it's not me. I didn't decide it. Just like they didn't decide, they didn't force the employer to terminate your employment. They never forced the employer to do that, right? You guys get my point, I'm just saying that this. Sorry.
Can we start suing the government? It's quite serious, eh?
I mean, if you say you want to sue the government, I won't correct you, because actually suing the government is not against the law. Okay. Like I say, everything we say on the public talk, right, must be compliant to law. Okay. But the thing is that for this one, you want to sue the government for what? I don't know. Will you win? I don't think you win one. Okay.
So, like, what about the breach of the Magna Carta?
Does this breach the Magna Carta? No.
Not yet, lah.
Okay, but if they add one more line, we say, right? If they add one more line and say, the merchant can reject cash, okay? But you must tell beforehand, but it's too easy. If they ever say a line that you cannot use cryptocurrency to transact, right? Then you can sue them. Because that one saying that I cannot transact a cryptocurrency, right, is a breach of Magna Carta. It's a breach of the Constitution. Okay? So, yeah, Paul, basically, you must understand, throughout the paper, the government is telling us a very clear message. The government wants to protect us. Okay? The message is always the same. Okay? In fact, they always say, merchant, when they go for Grab Pay, all these things, they say, wow, this merchant, because they want to get your data. They say this merchant are what? So to protect you from this merchant, right? You should put the data with government instead, because the government will not do anything. Okay, I mean, that's what you say. So I heard you, and I will think it over. I will think it over whether to trust you or not. Or saying that I don't trust the government is not against the law also. So don't fault me for it. Saying that I got against the government also not against the law. Okay. So I'm very clear about the things I say. Okay. Suing the government is also not against the law. Okay. But I must sue for something that is more or less have a chance of winning. But they are you see, MAS of course is of course being staffed by a lot of people who study a lot, or maybe scholars or whatever. You look at the words they choose, right? It's all legally compliant. It's very hard to sue them. Okay. Notice they never use the word you cannot use cryptocurrency to trade. Because once they know if they use it, they'll be sued. Right? Anyway, let me see some of the other points. SS, why would they allow merchant to do that? I mean, just like the same thing, why would they allow the employer to terminate the people who are not vaccinated? Of course, why? You see, if the government is the one that forces you to use CBDC, this government is so nasty, But now it's not me, it's the merchant, But you get my point. It's the merchant. I actually want them to accept one, but they don't accept. How can I do? Okay. Okay. Wouldn't this affect sales for merchant? Okay, Zizi, that you are right, but until such a point of time, right, when enough people are using CBDC, right, it doesn't really matter already, So the thing is that today is also when I tell you more of this, right? At the very least, to be really fair, handling cash is really a lot of time consuming, okay? But the good alternative would be cryptocurrency lah, because you see, if you want to pay the person, let's say $12.05, right? You don't really have to get coins. It's the handling of coins and plus cash that is expensive. So you can pay exactly and then you can transfer using your cryptocurrency. Okay. So using cryptocurrency is very effective, so very effective and efficient. Okay. So the thing is that when there are sufficient enough people use cryptocurrency, right? Then you don't have to worry, right? Then you are safe. And then of course the law cannot restrict people from paying using cryptocurrency. In fact, you look at the paper, right? None of the word they use is to restrict people. They look at cryptocurrency as a competitor. So do they evaluate them like a competitor? So the thing is that they never say disallow, because they cannot say they disallow, because you say you disallow, it's against the law. Okay, it's against constitution. Okay. So the thing is that to make the merchant worthwhile, right? We talk about economics, don't talk about all these principle thing. Okay. Once enough people use cryptocurrency, right? And then you tell the merchant, if you don't accept cryptocurrency, right, you are missing out 30% of the revenue. Then of course, if you're a merchant, of course you accept cryptocurrency. Right? Okay. What's the time now? Okay. Okay. Government is making you a merchant. Yeah. But don't say making use. Later gonna puff money. Oh. Wu Fang say, government already reached constitution when they restricted our freedom. Okay. I hate to say this to you, technically no. Okay. Because all law discriminate. You must know discrimination is not against the law. Okay. Only discrimination according to race, language, or religion is against the law. Any other form is perfectly legal. Okay. I'm just telling you, I know you guys don't know this because I'm just a logical person. I just look at things as they are and I decide to sue or not to sue. That's all. Serene, the very good question. They can change the constitution to ban cryptocurrency. Okay. First of all, if you want to change constitution, right, you may actually need to call for a referendum. Okay. It is very hard because that part of the law is embedded in the constitution for the last 1,000 years. It is almost impossible to take out. Because when you take out that one, you're going to take out many other things. It is almost impossible. So since it's impossible, they will use a lot of tactics. Say, if you want to spend this amount of money, you must tell me who you are, all these things. Money, they can do that because technically money is not yours. So it's actually not your property. You get my point. So you see under the law, right? Yeah, I asked you to tell me who you are when you spend money because the money is not yours. By the way, if you tear your money in front of the police officer, you can be arrested for destruction of public property. If the money is not yours, okay? You have the license to use it. It's not yours. So therefore, since it's theirs, right, they can determine how you use it. No, why they are so concerned with crypto? Because it's not theirs. It's not issued by them. So they cannot determine the term of usage. And they cannot restrict it. Once they restrict it, it's against constitution. So you get it, how sensitive that is. But they use all this bank procedure to psycho you. I say, if you put in $10,000, you may need to tell me your IC number, all this thing. Because money, they have no choice but to do it. And they can do it because their property is not yours. Okay? But however, if you go and let's say you transact in cryptocurrency, you ask me who am I say, what right do you have to ask me who am I? You got no right. Okay? So, James, cryptocurrency be a springboard platform. It is hard, not impossible. But the system is a bit different now. So whoever they all have a doubt. They are all also very dubious, and we don't know who he is. James, we don't need to know who he is. Okay, we don't need to know. I do not need to trust. You see, the blockchain later you will see is not dependent on who they are. I don't care who they are. Okay, I only trust the maths. The maths make it not crackable. Okay. Okay. Nicola says, so your money is not real. It's not your. Yeah, they can determine all sort of usage. They can determine all the term of usage, then you can use one. Of course. But crypto, can they do that? They cannot do that. They have no right to do that. You notice that all the exchanges doing KYC, right, is only specifically to your money. If you only use the exchange to put in Bitcoin and extract Bitcoin, use the Bitcoin to buy some other crypto, right, they have no right to ask for your IC number. And usually they don't ask. They don't even bother to ask. Okay? This one very familiar, right? Familiar. This one few months ago, you all use it, right? Guys, can you put on the chat box, say, if you use CBDC voucher before, please say yes. You know what is CBDC voucher? It is a teaser trailer for CBDC. And is confirmed by what they wrote on the white paper. Okay? I read this. These programs will allow the conditional movement of retail CBDC by third parties and can be a key building block for payment innovation. For instance, it could allow the issuance of digital voucher. Just now you see they talk about voucher, right? Digital voucher that can only be used to pay certain merchant. How come it sounds so familiar to what the G7 video about? Okay, with controls to determine whether payments are allowed based on merchant identifier. Oh, but now they put the blame on the merchant identifier. Okay, so you know how they word the thing, how they word and push to merchant identifier. This could thus serve as an underlying infrastructure through which the government disperses a variety of highly targeted based on what criteria? Based on whether you are vaccinated or not vaccinated. Is it? I don't know. Is it true? Okay. Or in-kind fiscal support. Example, grocery vouchers for low-income family or time-limited tourism voucher. Doesn't it sound familiar? Guys, tell me, put on the chat box. Do you have an aha moment? Aha! I give my LOL. I'm not aha, become LOL. Serena, I won't be surprised. Maybe it comes to aha. Okay. It's a trailer. Okay. Actually, read the recent article. They say talking about the Gov wallet in the SingPass. They did say that they're going to issue their goodies over the Gov wallet, right? Isn't it? They did say that, right? They're not hiding it, right? Like that, there are some NS boys that are supposed to get some 1,600 per month on the wallet, is it? Because of they satisfy certain criteria, they get 1,600. Okay. Of course. And after you are used to it already, you are dead already because you only have one option, Gov wallet. Okay. Guys, how do you feel about our government's protection of our life? How do you feel that way? How do you feel? Of course, they always say that they are protecting us. How? How do you find their protection? How, guys? You guys like the MAS protection? Over. It's overbearing. But you have been using it, eh? You understand, okay? You have been using it, eh? Guys, how? You get what I'm trying to say. Ghana, can cryptocurrency be taxable? Let them tax lah. We are not here to avoid tax, wa. We are here to be compliant, wa. You want to tax me lah. I will just declare what I earn. Then, can we opt out of this protection? Then the government will say, hey, come on, how? Why do you want to do that? We really care for you, you know. ZZ, you never sign up for this. Hey, 70% vote for PAP, right? Or how many percent? I also don't know. Okay. Serene say what? This is terrible. The case for universal basic income in Singapore, a concept of fascist, probably, okay? 61% vote for PAP, okay? Now, it's coming. Programmable money. Actually, that's what they say. That's what they say. That's what they say. It's not. You reflect back on the G7, right? You look at the term, the technical term of all the things they say. It's all the same. Okay. It's not even in doubt. It's not even in doubt. Later, I'll show you more things about our experimentation with central bank digital currency. Okay. Project Dunbar. Okay. Okay. Before I play on this video, I just want to tell you. Okay. Obviously, just now you saw some logo, right? BIS, the Bank of International Settlement. Okay. So I just want to tell you. I want to ask you something. Do you guys know what is Bank of International Settlement? Guys, you know what? Okay, if I were to tell you that BIS, right, is the central bank of central bank. Yes, iPhone. Central bank or central bank. Okay, now that I tell you, it is the Akong of all the central bank in the world. Okay. The central bank of central bank. How many of you feel that BIS is here to protect us also? Say on the chat box, please. BIS, the Akong of all the central bank. Okay? Yeah, I mean, it's sort of controlled by the elite, but anyway, okay, so now, so anyway, they can do whatever they do, right? Okay, but so with this in mind, let me just play this thing, okay? So the central bank is experimenting on this CBDC, okay? So I just tell you, this central bank, which sort of advises all the central bank in the whole world, right? And we are among the four central bank, the first four central bank that test out the CBDC, you know, in terms of a cross-border transaction. Okay, let me just play the video. It's rather. This video, I think, is about, I don't know how many minutes. I may not play the whole thing, but you just get the idea. Okay.
Cross-border payments can be slow and expensive, but does it have to be? Domestic payments are usually fast and inexpensive because...
Look at this is a video by BIS, right? Look at this country looks like which country? Guys, this country looks like which country? Whoa, we're the first country that appeared in the video, no? But they never name us, but this country is home, okay?
Most banks connect to a single national payments platform, but there is no single international platform for cross-border payments. Instead, to make cross-border payments, banks need to hold foreign currency accounts with banks in other countries. This is the decades-old model of correspondent banking. A single cross-border payment may pass through multiple correspondent banks, adding costs and delays along the way. But what if we could merge all these separate banking systems and bring them onto one single common platform? That's the goal of Project Dunbar. We're exploring the benefits of a single international payments platform, similar to the national platforms that many developed economies rely upon. This single international platform will connect multiple central banks and commercial banks. Each central bank will be able to use this shared platform to issue their digital currencies, or CBDCs. Banks can then use these CBDCs in multiple currencies to make payments to each other. These payments would be direct from bank to bank with no intermediaries. This streamlined process means payments will be cheaper and faster. Let's see how it works step by step. First, central banks issue their CBDCs, representing different currencies on the shared platform. Banks will be able to hold and transact with both local and foreign CBDCs. Local banks can exchange for CBDCs using their central bank balances on domestic payments networks. Non-local banks will be able to exchange CBDCs with other banks and hold CBDCs even from countries they do not have a presence in. As a result, it will be possible for all banks to pay each other directly in all the different CBDCs. However, while we can look forward to streamlined, cheaper and faster cross-border payments, there are challenges to overcome. The first challenge is governance. How do we get multiple central banks to share a common platform? Who will own and operate the platform? Can we resolve the national security concerns that come from sharing critical infrastructures with other central banks? The second challenge is access. How do we allow non-local banks to access and make payments with CBDCs? Can central banks trust banks from other jurisdictions when they do not supervise those banks directly? The final challenge is regulations and jurisdictional boundaries. Payment regulations are different in each country, so how do we simplify the cross-border payments flow while respecting these differences? BIS is working with multiple partners to solve these challenges. The ultimate goal is for a common settlement platform for multi-CBDCs in order to make cross-border payments cheaper, faster, and safer.
Guys, how do you feel that Singapore is one of the first person that tests out with the BIS? I didn't know that we are so highly regarded in BIS. You notice that the Federal Reserve is not even part of the test. Why? For we are the first one to be tested. Okay, our CBDC. I tell you the infrastructure is there already. Okay, follow with all the goodies from all the CTC voucher, and of course there will be CTC voucher version 2, version 3, version 4 coming out, right? It will condition us to use the Gov wallet in the SingPass, and we will be so used to having our NRIC tied to our money, and we will be so used to having the government tell us that we cannot buy burger or chicken rice with it. After we get so used to it, then we will say, what's wrong with CBDC? Correct? Then what will happen to you? What will happen to us? Okay? What will happen to us? How do you guys like this future? Guys, how many of you like this future? Yes. You see, I must have the right to eat chicken rice, even though it may harm my health. Okay? ZZ, no need to. You guys are just go and use blockchain can already. The next part of the project is talk about blockchain. Okay, so when you use blockchain, right, the thing is that when there is sufficient number of people using blockchain, right, they can't implement this anymore. Or even if they implement this, there will still be a segment of the economy that will be transacting using cryptocurrency. So the thing is that when that happens, right, then okay, then we just do whatever we do lah. But even let's say we choose blockchain, right? I think it will slow down their processes now. But like just now the video say, okay, during the process, right, when new technology comes out, right, the people in power will try to retain their power. Okay, and therefore in the last the last technology was the invention of the press, right? They result in the 30 Years' War. Okay, this one will, I don't know, let's hope that it doesn't result in a war. Okay, but it's something that will happen. Oh, by the way, Iris was the one who told me that Ukraine, right, is the first one that implement the social credit system, is it? But Iris, can you tell me more about it? Because I didn't really read out that part. Because it just happened in the last few days.
It seems like they are the first country to announce to be part of the WEF, rolling out the social credit. Those who are vaccinated will get social credit support, because I guess there's a war, so they use that as to accelerate the giving out of social credit based on vaccination status.
Okay.
But anyway, there seems to be conflicting news about what's really happening in Ukraine. So that's
Yeah.
just, apparently that's the head of the snake and they're taking it down. So
Yeah. So there is so much fake news on both sides, including Russia and Ukraine. So I don't know what to believe. The market forces, if a lot can choose to tender, then they want to slow it down. Yeah. So the thing is that in fact that's why actually in the last few months, right, I make it faster in my crypto services because I want to make it, I want to make a lot of people use crypto. So the thing is that when they use crypto, right, I will be safer. Okay. Because the thing is that I believe in this so much that even if you don't engage me, you want to engage my competitor, I encourage you to do that. Okay. Why? Because when you are a crypto user, I will be safer. Because if the number of crypto user is only Raymond and a few other 1-2% of people of the population that earn a lot of money from crypto, right? In the end, when the CBDC get implemented, right, will be this 1-2% of people will be crushed. Okay, go too small. But if it's 30%, I don't think they can crush us anymore. They can't crush us because it's also illegal to crush us. It's against the Magna Carta. Huh? Okay, so now let's just have a brief discussion before I go on. So the thing is that what's the time now? The time now is 4:16. Okay, what will happen to you? Would you be filtered out of guys? Put on the chat box so I know what you're thinking. Okay, what will happen to you? Would you be filtered out of the financial system? Do you trust the government system to ensure privacy? Okay, let's just ask you okay, the what will happen to you is a bit qualitative okay, so I just ask you are you concerned that you may be filtered out of the financial system? Just say yes or no You want to answer no, it's fine also. Okay, not many people answer yes. No trust, they want. Okay. Oh, there are more yes coming in around. Very, very scary. Okay. Do you trust a government system to ensure privacy? I mean, of course, you read the white paper, they will say that the government will have this thing called zero knowledge trust system, right? Actually, as a computer scientist, I study computer science. Okay, I know what they're talking about, but the point is that if the government is to say it, right, then I will just think, why should I trust you with it? Why should I trust you? You say it's zero proof. That means okay, what they are saying is that the MAS say that even if they implement the central bank digital currency, right, they will ensure it is also anonymous. That anonymous to the extent where MAS also do not know who you transact with. Okay, do you trust that statement or not? Okay. Okay, at this point, in case there are MAS spy here, I'll just say I mean, you of course you say what you say, you will of course try to ensure the privacy, and I'm not doubting you, okay, but I'm just saying that I just don't trust it because Singapore, the problem with Singapore system is always own self check own self. Why should I trust your own self check own self system? So while I appreciate that's what your intention are, you don't intend to know our detailed transaction. That's what you say, so I just accept you on face value. But you have to accept that I do not trust you. Okay. But anyway, I just check. It's not against the law to say that you distrust the government. Okay, because I got no obligation to trust the government. As a Singapore citizen, your loyalty is owned to the state, not to the government. The government need us to vote for them. I do not need to trust you. It is not my obligation to trust you. We need to be loyal to the flag, but you are not the flag. Okay, you are not the flag. Okay, when we are singing a national anthem, right, I stand in position is because of the flag, not because of you. So you get it very clearly, okay? I do not need to declare any allegiance to the government. I need to declare allegiance to the state. That is my duty as a citizen. Okay?
Exactly. Most people got it wrong.
Yeah. I do not need to trust the government. It's not my, I do not have a
They
duty
always
to.
think that just because we are anti-government, we are committing some big crime. It's not a big crime to be against the PAP government, okay? But
Yeah.
we are always loyal to the country.
Yeah. But PAP is a political party. They are not a country. You get my point? They are not a country. They need us
They're
to.
doing a freaking bad job. I'm sorry to say that.
They need our vote to stay in power. Okay? I do not own you a living. Okay?
I mean, why should we give them a blank check to everything?
Yeah. Anyway, anything that's legal, I will just say it. I will not say anything that is seditious or whatever. I still love my country. I just may not necessarily love my government as well. And I'm not obliged to love my government. I got no duty to love my government.
And also the resource that we have as a country, Temasek or whatever, that doesn't belong to PAP. That belongs to the country. And everybody remember that.
You see, at the point, SS, I understand what you're saying, but at the point where it's too painful, right? The decision I made are too bad. It goes to the point where it's make no difference. Make no difference. But never mind. We can just go on with the presentation. Of course, there is something we can do. It's not something we cannot do. Okay. So now let me go on. Okay. This was from the previous presentation. Okay, I'm just talking about blockchain now. Okay. I'm just talking about blockchain now. Okay, so this slide was inherited from the previous presentation. Was talking about Canadian blocking of the bank account. Okay, I'm just saying that. Okay, like the government can do a lot of things, including blocking of bank account, all this thing. Okay, I'm going to explain to you why blockchain cannot block. Okay, very simple one. I just use very layman language. The normal banking system, right? Because it need to be registered in the country, it need to be domiciled in the country. For example, DBS Bank, OCBC. Okay. If the government issue an order to seize your bank account, right, or to freeze your bank account, do you think they have a choice? Noticing that, why is it freezing your bank account, right, not against the Magna Carta? Very simple, because the money is not yours to begin with. So they never take your asset, right? Because the asset was not yours to begin with. So why do you think they say they take your asset? They never took your asset, right? They just freeze you only, right? Okay. So the thing is that, and if they ever issue such an order, right? So we don't be angry at the banks, because the bank also got no choice, right? So if the banks, right, freeze your account or whatever, right, what can you do? Nothing. Okay, because the bank had to comply. Why do they have to comply? Because the bank, if they do not comply, right? First of all, there's law enforcement. Of course, at the maximum, you must know the country has army, police. If the bank refuses to comply, the director can be seized and imprisoned. Okay. So the thing is that since that there is the outcome, right? There is the conclusion, right? They never need to go to that conclusion, because the thing is that the bank can only comply. Okay. Samuel, I don't really believe in gold or silver, but I mean, I leave it to you. That's your own choice. Okay. I do not really believe in gold and silver. Okay. But anyway, our point is, okay, but in case if you do believe in gold and silver, right? So why not we do this? You can buy gold and silver, store in the crypto. Then also you have the best of both worlds. So Serene asked, so cash is not our asset and they can freeze. What about our HDB and private property that they are fully paid? No, that's why I got 9 years. It's not your asset. And also, even if it's freehold, right? There's this thing called Land Acquisition Act, right? They can seize back your asset just by saying that for the sake of the country, right? I need your land back, and they will just pay you your money and buy back. Okay. If the asset is truly yours, right, you can reject all purchase offer, right? But in the case where the government want to purchase it back, you cannot reject. You cannot reject. So do you think the asset is yours? Since there's always a law that says that if they want to purchase, they can purchase, right? Is no, like it's almost that means that the asset is not yours, like, even if it's freehold. Okay. And also at the same time, right? You see, the thing is that they can't do the same thing for your crypto asset. Why? Because the crypto asset is truly yours. It's not even issued by you. You see, when the land is issued by the state, right? The state can determine its issuance and the terms of issuance and the term of usage. Okay. So therefore, actually, the land, the money, actually technically is not yours. So when they seize your land or whatever, they seize your money, right? It's not against the Magna Carta, because Magna Carta, you have to establish the point that that asset is yours, man. If you cannot establish the asset is yours, then the Magna Carta doesn't protect you. They didn't go against the constitution because the thing is that the money was not yours to begin with. As I disagree, that is not uniquely Singapore. That is true in the whole world. Don't just fault Singapore. Singapore is not only Singapore like that. The whole world is like that. Okay? Just that people do not know. For a person that read history books, right, you will know all the bullshit that people say, like, what Singapore, the rest of the world is saying. I don't really care. But the point is that after you read history books, right, then you will stop saying that. And because you read history book, right, you will also know that gold is not the first form of money. So you can stop all this nonsense about gold being the first form of money. It's not. I tell you what is the first form of money: shells. Okay, it's not gold. So the gold actually money is for, to me is for accounting purposes to counting is to count the amount of chicken you have, the amount of land you have, all these things is for counting purposes. Okay, it's not money itself got no other value other than being a counting instrument. Okay, I don't even see it as a store of value. Okay, so never mind, that's my own view So at this point, let me just see I heard many lost money in cryptocurrency because they cannot draw the money after investing. You must see scam is a nature of human nature. Whether the scam is in a typical OCBC scam or in a crypto scam, because you are dealing with humans, so humans got scam. Okay, so it's not a crypto thing that is scam. So crypto doesn't equal to scam. Okay, it's more like human equal to scam. So whenever you have humans, you have potential scam. Okay, so you got to understand. Let me just go on to the next slide. I want to tell you why crypto is safe. Okay, the thing is that the bank is not safe because it can be seized. Okay, because there is always a place in which the government can always order its police force or army to circulate and seize all its assets if the need comes. If the need comes, okay. So the because of the law, right, the bank have no choice but to comply with the order. Okay. And the reason why they can do it this way is because bank is always in one location and is always domiciled in the country in which they can be seized. Okay. But however, for blockchain, it's a bit different. How does blockchain work? And this one, you just talk about the basis of it. Don't think of the details on this thing, because you must understand what is blockchain first. Okay. So in terms of blockchain, right? Okay, the graph on the map on the left side is for those people who believe in round earth. The one on the right is for those who believe in flat earth. But anyway, my point is that putting round or flat earth aside, right? Your data is kept all over the world. Okay. And I ask you one thing, very simple. Just answer me one thing. Okay. Can the Singapore government ever seize your Bitcoin? Answer me yes or no. Because especially your Bitcoin is stored all over the world. Can your Bitcoin be seized? Okay, very good. You all understand it. Why? Because no matter how powerful Singapore is, they cannot send army to a server in South Africa to demand them to surrender my Bitcoin over. They can't do that. Functionally, they cannot do that. Also, at the same time, from the legal standpoint, they can't do that because it's against Magna Carta. You are taking over an asset that is belonging to me. Do you understand? You are not seizing my money. money is never mine to begin with. So the thing is that you can seize money because you are not against Magna Carta, because the money is not mine to begin with. But my Bitcoin is mine. So you can't seize it. Not functionally, not legally. There's no way to seize it. Even legally, you find a reason to seize it, you also cannot seize it. Okay? There's no way to seize it. Serene Yao. Government can regulate the merchant not to accept Bitcoin. Unfortunately, no, they cannot because it's against Magna Carta. A lot of people don't understand a lot. That's why they say government can restrict. If they can restrict legally, they would have restricted already. Then why did they do it? There are so many people who never read history book. They will tell me, Raymond, government control the internet. Eventually they will shut down everything and control the what. Then my question is very simple. If they can do it, why didn't they do it? The simple reason is that they cannot do it. End of story. They cannot do it. If they would have done it, if they could have done it, they would have done it already. Okay? Because the thing is, I don't understand. Because whenever I talk to these people, right, how can they deny what they observe in the world? Has any government successfully banned Bitcoin? Not even China. You ban Bitcoin, then Bitcoin not in China only, but the miner will all move away. So the storage of the Bitcoin is not in China, then never mind, then you just store it somewhere else. Okay, so now government can or make it illegal for us to own Bitcoin. Unfortunately, also cannot because of Magna Carta. They cannot force, cannot make it illegal for us to own Bitcoin because of Magna Carta. But what if they seize your seed phrase to your wallet? Then they can seize, right? I tell you, so easy to seize your seed phrase, man. I tell you, okay, that one is a bit technical. There is this thing called a 25th word, right? Even if they seize the word, the last part of the seed phrase is in my brain. You can never seize it. Or you seize, you take all my wallet. I'm not going to tell you my password. There's nothing you can do. Then you try to do anything. You cannot seize anything. Anyway, first of all, if they do that, it's against the law. Okay, I heard some country have signed over their military and land to have the jet from Big Pharma. Okay, not related to crypto, so I can't answer. They can discourage two incentive. Then you discourage all you want. It's okay. Angela, why do they even know you have crypto account? Yeah, you don't even have to tell people you have crypto. Okay. Serena, very good question. Why China can ban their cryptocurrency? Very simple, because they don't have crypto. They don't have Magna Carta. They do not have that history. China is a communist country. Okay, so communist country, everything belongs to the state. So by definition, everything belongs to the state. Since everything belongs to the state, they can ban Bitcoin, right? Okay, I'm very sure that the rest of the world do not have the luxury. Okay. Hakim, I do not know whether you can say that government can ignore Magna Carta. The thing is that they have never ignored Magna Carta. It's just that you do not know enough to sue them. You do not know enough to sue them. Okay? HDB asset not ours. Yeah, it's not ours. Angela, you may need to provide because crypto.com is not licensed. So you are forced to tell them. Okay. So now let me go on. So now very simple. You just look at this, right? The reason why they cannot block Bitcoin or crypto in general is because functionally they cannot. It's stored all over the world. Okay. How? It's not possible. Your army, no matter how strong, you also cannot go over the world. Okay. And then, of course, Coinbase and Kraken CEO also reported to the police, right, for supporting civil liberty. They actually encourage their user, right, store it into those kind of crypto wallet in which they cannot seize. Because they always say if they are CEO, once they being issued order, they must seize. Okay. So the thing is that you see, I just go start a bit. So now your record is stored over the world, right? How do you access this record? The record is accessed by virtue of this 24 numbers, 24 character. This is your seed phrase. When whoever have this seed phrase have your money. And the thing is that this seed phrase, there is no way the government can get it. Okay, especially if you use the 25th word, right? Even they forcefully seize the word of metal plate, they can't do anything because the 25th word is not known to them. 25th word is a word remember in your brain, and of course you can choose not to tell, right? Okay. For beginners, we have to trade crypto via fiat. Can't escape letting them know. I'm not concerned about letting them know. The thing is, I just don't want them to block. Okay. I just don't want them to block. So, okay, this is the hardware wallet. This is the metal plate, which I'm selling today. If you want to buy, you buy. Okay. So now, you store on metal plate is very simple reason. Okay. First of all, it cannot be destroyed by fire. It cannot be destroyed by water. Okay. And honestly, actually yesterday I just read something from some crypto expert, right? Actually, when you have a crypto wallet like this, right, don't store in the safe because that one is the most obvious point of, you can store it somewhere, cannot be accessed, but it's not in the safe. Okay. So the thing is that if the government ever come to your house, right, obviously they will come to your safe. Yeah. Of course, they can seize all your money, because since it's not yours, it's not yours, then they can seize all your money. Because it's not yours, they never steal from you. It's not yours, it belongs to the state. Okay, so metal plate withstand fire or H2O, water. Okay, key to access the blockchain via hardware wallet or software wallet. So it's basically the way you set up it. Usually when you set up a software wallet, right, you will generate 24 word in which you will store. And then from the 24 word, right, you access your record on the blockchain. And of course, because of access, right, you will determine whether how much money you have. You can receive money into the address and all this thing. Okay. So this one is completely safe. Government cannot touch. Keep this safe and nobody would be able to access your assets. Okay. You will be safe from all these entities, from lawyers, from police, from thieves, from banks or governments. And of course, you notice the picture over here, right? This one is representing your friends and family, because sometimes your money is gotten by them. Okay, you protect your money even against them. Okay. Of course, for crypto to be useful, you still need to interface with traditional finance. Okay, unless you want to live in a cave, I suggest where possible, you still interface with traditional finance. Okay. The thing is that, of course, when traditional finance is like people are used to debit card, so as long as for me it's very simple. As long as my crypto, right, can connect to my debit card, I can eat my chicken, right? Okay, I can eat my chicken, right? But the thing is that, of course, that is assuming that the merchant still want to accept traditional finance, but eventually when the thing gets so common, right, they will just say, don't waste your time, or just transfer me crypto, can you? That's transfer me crypto. Then if they want to withdraw, they're going to withdraw themselves. They can withdraw themselves. This one is the video.
Yes. It's a whole new crypto debit card. So the Irish Co can live off his crypto savings and investments. Thank you very much.
This is Irish card. I have my own also. Okay. So when you have this, you can just spend on things that are important to you, chicken rice or whatever. There are other ways of getting money, but that one is a bit inconvenient. But you can handle larger amount of money. Okay. But you're talking about smaller amount, few hundred, few thousand, right? Use the crypto debit card, easy to cash out. I understand that for those people who want to use crypto, right? Your concern, let me understand you perfectly, because I myself do not have this need. Okay, I understand most people. Can you just answer me? Okay, for those people who want to explore crypto, right? One of your main concern is, if I'm wrong, you tell me I'm wrong. Okay, one of your major concern is how to put in money and how to take out money. Okay, is my guess correct or wrong? If it's correct, you just say yes lah. If it's not, if it's wrong, you just tell me. Okay. Guys, how about the rest? Only a few guesses only. The rest are Nico, it can decrease in value, but there are ways to do it that won't decrease or maybe won't decrease so much. Okay. Actually, if you are you're just storing money, right? Then it doesn't really matter. Okay.
I'll say what does storing money means. It's easy for you, but it's not easy for people. What is storing money?
Okay, let me see. Okay, so now I will just okay. So I will just do a very quick okay. Okay, so now let me go to the next slide. Okay, before that, I will just show you. I will show you my wallet. Okay, I will just show you so that you know. For me, it's easy to take out money or within minutes. Hey, wait. How come is the? You guys see my mobile phone? Wait. Is it shared on the presentation?
Please see your Canva, Raymond.
Okay, hold on. Stop sharing. So I will share from my screen. Okay, How come it's not? Wait. Iris, can you allow all participants to share?
How long is like that? You know how did you share?
No. Wait. All participants. Okay, how come I can't share?
I don't know, just now was fine.
Huh?
All participants can share.
Oh my God. How? I can't share my mobile phone.
I don't know what to do.
Okay. I hope at the very least you can see me in the big screen. Can you all see me? Okay, Iris, can you confirm? I will just show you my screen.
I can't see any screen, I only see you.
So that I'm asking whether you can see me, okay? So now you see in my wallet, right? Okay. This is my, oh my God, wait. I don't know how clearly you can see this. You all can see the money on here. No? Some money here, right?
Yeah.
Okay, this is my mobile app, right? Okay. So I also have this it's so bright. So you see, I have this thing called crypto.com, right? Which contain the debit card. So basically, I can transfer from my software wallet, right, to, oh, there's a lot of glare. I can transfer my my card into this balance, right? Long story short, I can basically after that I can use my debit card. I can purchase a lot of things. Okay, whether I can purchase food and all these things, or you buy the things you like to buy. Okay, so vice versa, I can transfer to and fro. Okay, So now let me go back to the slide. So let me see. Let me just share the. Okay, so now we are offering a service now in which to help people to set up their SafePal wallet and asset are totally safe from the government control. And of course, the other part of the service, we will set up your crypto.com account so you can always withdraw your crypto earnings via the debit card. And of course, I assume that everyone will have no issue using the debit card, because after all, this conventional finance, you guys should have sufficient training in ATM cards or debit card. So when you have that, right, what will happen? We have set up guidance that will allow you to connect your crypto wealth to your life. Okay, that means you can use your card to buy anything you want. Okay. So crypto to spend on your daily activity. So you can buy from all these merchants if you want to and then of course you can go to Funan and you buy the things you want to buy basically daily living That means whatever you wish to buy, you buy. Okay, so that's what we can do. And of course the top 10 e-commerce company. Okay, you can of course buy if you are not a big fan of window shopping. You can go and spend on the e-commerce, okay, online, and they ask them to send to you instead. Okay, so with that, all these at an amazing $67 for just setting up. Okay, setting up and of course to guide you into the start of your crypto lifestyle. So at this point, let me just see. Okay, at this point, I will welcome question if you have questions. And while I will go on to the next slide. For a limited time, we were giving you an NFT which we're selling for $70. NFT is those kind of non-fungible token, like digital painting, protected by blockchain, all these things. So I just want to make sure the whole experience involve you setting up a wallet, and then you have something to put in the wallet, not just money and all these things. Okay. So and then of course, other than that, you will have safety from the government. And of course, you always have a choice of taking your money and spending any way you like. And also at the same time, while I think most of you will not have a problem of government seizing your asset, all these things, but it's just that at the very least, you know that this part of the asset will be from now on safe from the government. Okay. So after payment, you can immediately make an appointment with us. You'll be redirected to a online website. Okay. So later I will give you actually now I will just give you a link which can do it. While at the same time, I will still what do you call it? Oh my God! Hold on a second. Okay. I will, okay, Gulf wallet. Okay, so now I'll put on a link. Serena, actually the thing is that cryptocurrency, right? You just think of the wallet as storing money first. Okay, for example, let me just try to share again. How come it doesn't appear on the screen? Okay, for example, let me just stop sharing for a while. Okay, for example, now when I look at this one, okay, I'm storing money. I'm not storing crypto. I don't have to trust crypto. Money. This is USD. This is USD. Okay. So there are some other wallet. Some of them are like for example, Iris legal fund is being stored here. I can't really show you the address. I just show you there are about 20,000+ inside. Okay. We are still in the process of moving the rest of the money inside here. So the thing is that I'm storing money. I'm not storing crypto. You just take it as you're opening another bank account. I don't know whether that answers you. In case I never answer you, then you tell me whether, okay? Okay, oh. Serene, have I answered you? At the very least, you should at least store USD lah.
Someone is asking whether you can help if it's overseas. If she's overseas, can you set people up from out of Singapore?
Obviously, the answer is yes, right? Because crypto is by nature international. Joy, I always experience disallowed by issuer error message when trying to pay for crypto using my credit card or okay for Coinbase. I do not know how come you have this problem. I never had this problem before. Okay, is your provider crypto.com? Generally, their credit card should be okay. Right? Okay, Quack asks, can store SGD? There is such an option, but I won't recommend because SGD circulation in the crypto is very, very small. Okay, and to me that means not safe because whenever you want to cash out, nobody has a supply and nobody wants to buy from you. So you can always, there's always something, there's a risk. Okay. Joy, how to overcome? I do not know what problem you have. Are you using crypto.com? You can subscribe to our service now. I generally trust crypto.com. Okay. Although it's centralized. Okay, so now.
Irene is saying, so with this wallet, government cannot ban the crypto, cannot ban the currency, is it?
No, they can't. Functionally cannot. Okay, functionally cannot. They can't.
We need to KYC in crypto.com. In crypto.com, yes, right?
Yes, they need. Okay, they need. But the thing is that you see, once you go to crypto.com, right, then you withdraw it to your MetaMask wallet, right, or your SafePal wallet. Then again, the government cannot control it.
Just imagine one is your wife, the other one is a one night stand.
Yeah, one night stand. You just think of crypto.com as a gateway lah. Oh, it's a gateway only lah. You just whenever you go through the gateway, the government will be there lah. So you just there, whatever question they ask, you just answer lah. Oh, but once you go through the gateway, then you are safe. Okay. Quick, government can force crypto.com to divulge your detail, but so what even if they divulge? So what? They cannot control your wallet. Oh. Will crypto.com suffer the same fate as Binance or Huobi in your opinion? I won't know lah. The thing is that so far I don't think so, because they spend a lot of money on compliance, so they should be staying. Okay. USD got problem, right? Oh, since Russia, China will not be recognized dollar. I heard. The thing is that crypto is crypto lah. It doesn't change the fact. Let's say if you are storing USD in crypto, right? It doesn't change the fact if USD got problem, the crypto USD will also have problem, because that one is a macroeconomic problem. Okay, that one is not a crypto, uniquely crypto problem. Okay, crypto is just the way to store how much asset you have. Okay, but the asset you have, if it's USD, right? Then you have the same issue lah. If USD sucks, then USD sucks now. USDT has been audited just not as often as we want to be. And whenever it's audited, it is not 100% back. That's the problem. So now, for those people who want us to install the wallet, you can just make the payment. I will just put the link again. Okay. But the thing is that the first part is to deal with safety. Okay. The next part of the service deals with growth. Deals with growth, okay? So the next part deal with growth, right? What will happen is like this, okay? For those people, okay, this part, the second part is growth your fund at 19% a year, okay? So this one I'm introducing this course after safety then growth. The point is that I always want to address safety first, because if the safety is not addressed, growth is meaningless because all your money can be gone, okay? No matter how much you grow. The USD first store in the world is worth the same USD in the real world. By design, yes. How do we know the value they're different? They are not different. Okay. But there are people who want to cash out fast, right? So as a result, you make it cheaper for people, right? And then that's your problem. You don't have to. But generally speaking, if you are not really in a rush, right, you can always get a good price. And when I say not really in a rush, that means you are okay with cashing out in 1 day's time. That means you're willing to wait 1 day, you will definitely get the price you want. Okay, unless you say you need to rush like I need to cash out within the next half an hour, then of course someone will tell you for that I will only offer you 1.2, for example. Then you accept. Okay, but however, if you say 1.2, then I ask someone to change, then they will offer near to the rate, which is 1.35 or 1.36 as of the present moment. Okay, but whenever you're in a rush, you are not in the bargaining. But I'm just telling you, as far as USD is concerned, right? If you are willing to wait for even for a few hours, you don't even have to be you can wait for a few hours, then you will get the price you want. Okay, that's why I'm against storing in SGD, because SGD supply is very low in the crypto world. The thing is that not many people need SGD on crypto, because not many people transact in crypto USD SGD. Okay, if you want to store, you store but the point is that it's just not a very viable option for crypto. Okay, any other answer? So at the present moment, right, for those people who achieve their safety, the next thing to achieve is growth. Okay, the thing is that for growth, right, for crypto, right, last time I mean, so far my target is every month growth by 50% to 100% is normal. Okay, you tell me something that grow at 19% a year, right? I think it tell you it's too slow. But I guess for most people, let's just start with 19% a year. This one, I don't assume you need to have a very high skill set to get 19% a year. It's just a matter of clicking the right thing, and that's all. So the thing is that at this point of time, right, it is after you address the safety issue, then you address the growth issue. Okay, to me, safety is more important than growth. Without safety, there's no point of growing anyway. Okay, so in the course I will talk about some of the case in which you can get 19% per year in a very short time. There is also some other project we are involved in, right? Like from this
Axie Infinity is a digital pet community.
This one is sort of like GameFi, game and finance. Okay, and of course this one is NFT related. So the thing is that this project of course the boat has sailed. This project, if you involve at the right time, you can earn 100 over times. You put in $1,000, you can get $100,000 back. Okay, so the thing is that I'm not saying that not all the project will all the project will have some form of risk but the point is that if the return is 100 times, right, I won't lose that much. Let's say you want to target 100,000, right? If it's 100 times, then I just put $1,000, right? 1,000 times 100 is 100,000, right? So if my target profit is 100,000, then I just put $1,000. So I will have to accept the $1,000 could be lost. My point is that it's better to do it this way. Wait, the thing is, I want to tell you, the recent scams that happen during the debate, all this thing, right? Some of the victims actually put up tens of thousands, if not 100,000. Okay, and the thing is that I mean, even as a scam, why is the return so low? You get my point. I don't know why even as scam, why the return is so low? And so typically from now on, whenever I see a return low one, then I say it must be scam. If not, why the return is so low? Okay, but I'm not trying to tell you that. Okay, by virtue of that, you invest in crypto, all these things, you won't lose your money. But the thing is that you also must accept actually is a fact of matter. Sometimes you lose your money, sometimes you win money. But the point is that if you focus some of your time into high gain product, right? High gain, the thing is that you don't really have to risk a lot of money. You just put in a small amount of money, because the thing is that since the gain is high, right? Just put in a small amount of money. Why do you want to put in 100,000 so that you can earn 50,000? What for? Why don't you put in 5,000 where you can earn 500,000? You see the point. No, Serene, the problem with the scams that I so far heard is that the returns are low. And many of them are low by when you compare to crypto. They're low.
Actually, Raymond, the thing which I heard is not really low. They promise astronomical returns.
100 times?
I don't know whether it's 100 times or not lah, but it is like put in 20,000 and got over 1,000, that kind.
Yeah. In crypto, right, when I tell you 100 times, right, there is a reason why it's 100 times. There is an economic reason, okay? The thing is that you're talking about all those little scams that the people are scamming each other on hearing a device. Actually, throughout Telegram, right, the 600 actually is not high. It's not high. I mean, compared to crypto, the crypto one, you can understand why the return is so high. Because of network effect. If you read my book, you will get it. There's a logical reason why. Okay, I just asked me not to promise anything. I didn't promise anything. I just for the record, you can lose all your money. But my point is very simple. If you target 100 times, right, let's say you want to earn 10,000, you put in $100. 100 times is 10,000. Is it possible you lose $100? Yes, possible. Will I lose it over $100? No. But it's very painful if I lose 100,000. But it's not painful if I lose a few $1,000s. Of course, I will not purposely go and lose the money. There should be a good chance for me to earn. So, therefore, at the very least, usually for my guesses, right, 9 out of 10 are correct. 1 out of 10, I will lose money. Okay? So 1 out of 10 lose money. Because 9 out of 10, when I make money, I earn 5 to 10 times. So it's okay. Okay? So the thing is Axie Infinity. I just play the video. These are some of the videos. Now the GameFi, all these things. So in the course, I will talk about all these things, like why certain projects go up, why certain projects go down. So like I say, the first thing to deal with is your safety. The second thing to deal with is growth. Okay? But if it's growth, right, you don't have to put in a lot of money, because the thing is that, right, you put in a small amount of money, even 10 times is a lot of money. But again, your money still can be lost. I'm just telling you, okay?
Players can sell their in-game characters for real money using the Ethereum blockchain. Players can breed their Axies to discover exciting new combinations. Axies start off as eggs and require love and attention from their owners to grow up. Take care of your Axies and earn experience points by completing daily activities. Use experience points to level up your Axies and unlock new abilities which can be used in battle.
Skip this part. Basically this one, maybe I play this one.
You can even trade your Axies for cryptocurrency on our marketplace. Find out more on axieinfinity.com. Available now.
I'm not selling Axie Infinity. I'm just telling you guys like what is the things surrounding blockchain now. And also to Dennis, right? If it's too good to be true, it's likely untrue. First of all, I don't even think that those scams offer, even if it's true, is very good. It's not very good. It's not good to begin with. So I don't know what to say. Okay, so the thing is that, okay, never mind. I'll just go on. Okay, so now there are several other projects that are involved in, right? Like Afin, which is also, I also put the money on behalf of Iris also. This one, there was a period of time where you earn 20 times. We put in that we put a total 4,000. I put in 2,000, Iris put in 2,000. So there was one time our holding that time was 50,000. Okay. But we didn't catch out everything. But of course, you see on the whole, it's still dropping. It's still dropping, but the thing is we are buying at the right price. So on the whole, although it's dropping, we are still making money. Okay. So this one is one of those things that we'll talk about in the. You see, when you want to buy something, right? You make money when you buy. You don't make money when you sell. You buy at the right price. There is only so much you can lose, or basically you also settle how much money you're going to make. Okay. So this is Afin. Okay. This one is another screenshot. So this one is another game.
Meta.
This one is the other game that now we are involved in. We are at a very early stage. So this one, is there a professional impairment? There is some form of method. Later I'll talk about it. I will just play this finish.
Meta Odyssey introduction. Meta Odyssey, a free-to-play NFT trading card game, which is playable on your web browser. Starting off with 60 characters, each with their own unique NFT and level. Increase your combat power value by playing them either in combination or by upgrading them. The starting point is the white card. As you progress, set your eyes on the diamond card, the ultimate playing level and ticket to increase your wealth. Increase your combat power value and experience value by playing the game. Owning unique NFT cards or opening loot boxes using Multi tokens. There will also be events to win loot boxes at attractive prices.
Well, I don't intend to play the whole video. I'm just saying that these are the projects I talk about in the program, right? In which basically you guys can decide to be put your money into it. Of course, you don't put a lot. Since it's supposed to earn a lot of times, you don't have to put a lot. Okay? So these are the projects that you see this as a chance of understanding blockchain, right? And how the blockchain can increase high value for a lot of things. Okay, and the cost is set at an incredible $200. That means those below $200. But one thing, the thing is that this $200 to attend the course, which is set on this coming Wednesday. Right? And this one will bundle along with just now the guided installation with $67. That means that if you pay for this, you don't have to pay for the $67. Okay, but you also come with the personal guidance on how to install and all these things. So at this point, I will just ask you guys, let's say if you guys want to commit to the what, I will just give the link again. So I will just stop here. If you have any question to ask, whether of this course or of crypto in general, right, then you are free to ask. If not, I will just stay here until you guys ask the question or you guys ask me something about the course. This Wednesday will be the course, okay? And then of course those people who want to pay for you want to do the installation of the wallet and then also crypto.com, right? You can do so. Then we will guide you over Zoom to install, and then of course then you have your first step towards crypto. Okay. Okay. I shall wait for your question if there's any. If not, I will just prepare to end the session now.